friend, your cruise director, Bethany. Let her know. She works hard. Give her a round of applause, guys. Thank you guys for coming out. And thanks to those of you who came back the second time. I really appreciate it. I'm going to start off by asking a question. I already know the answer to it, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Who's having a good cruise so far? You guys having fun? Having a good time? That's great, because we're having fun with you. We are. We were talking about it backstage before the show. You guys, way more fun than the people on the last cruise. You are. You are, and I know some of you are like, oh, Steve, you say that every cruise, and I do, but this time I mean it. Actually, you've been so nice. The people I met around the ship, everybody's been fun and different and everything. You inspired me to write something new to start off my part of the show here tonight. This is, if you're a veteran cruiser, you've seen something like this. Over the years, you've seen Bethany or other cruise directors do the top 10 funny things passengers have said to them over the years. You know, what time is the midnight buffet? Do these stairs go up or down? That kind of crap. Which they're not making that up. I've been there, okay? I've heard some of the things people say. It's insane. Does this elevator go to the front of the ship? It's got the friggin' Enterprise, lady. What are you? Yeah, get in there and push the F button. Let us know what happens. Go ahead. But anyway, that inspired this, but this is the opposite of that. This is the top 5 things none of you have said since you got on board, okay? No one has said or heard these things, and you won't the rest of the cruise, I guarantee it. Top 5 things no one has said. Here we go, number 5. Man, that elevator got here quick. I stand out there too, folks. And I think the same things that you do as I'm endlessly waiting. All right, that one's been on deck 8 for like 5 minutes. What the hell are those people doing? The little kids in there pushing the buttons for every floor. I'm slapping somebody. And then there's always that person in your group. It's not just you, it's every group. There's always that one person as you're standing there waiting. You know, we could take the stairs. I will cut you. Stairs? It's noon and I've eaten 37 cookies. Do I look like I'm taking the stairs? Yeah, great idea. Let's take the stairs and then let's go work out at the gym. Right now, half the people in this room are like, there's a gym? Just past the donut bar. That's why you never saw it. There is one up there, though. They have veteran cruisers know they have to put one on every ship. There's one on every ship for those 5 weird freakos we've seen running around. You know those people, they work out on vacation, we're supposed to be impressed or whatever. Always checking their pulse at the buffet. Dude, I got the same cardio running to get ice cream, okay? At the end of my little workout, I got hot fudge. I win, sit down. You know what, if you're a health conscious person, let me say this, I'm making jokes up here, but if you pay attention to what you put in your body and you work what you eat and you work out even when you're on vacation, in all seriousness, let me just say, go to hell. I'm gonna live longer than you. Yeah? Well, I've been married 22 years. I can't wait for my heart attack, okay? Single people are shocked right now. All the long-time married people are like, 2 weeks in the hospital does sound peaceful. That's I'm sorry, I got distracted. I'll get back to this. I sort of zigzag. That happens in my brain. My brain's not linear, but I'll finish this, I promise. Number 4 thing, no one has said the entire cruise on the Reflection, boy, that drink of the day is pretty cheap. I'm glad you guys laughed. I'm gonna get fired for that joke. Before the cruise, you were like, $80 a day for the drink package, that's outrageous. And now you're like, that's 2.5 drinks. We should have got it. Should have got one for the kids. Maybe they'd sleep. Definitely should have got one for these other people's little wild animal kids. You're all afraid to clap, but I know you've all thought that. Yeah. We've all been on the pool deck. Hey, their mom's not looking. Slip them a couple daiquiris. Let's see what happens. They'll either pass out or throw up. Either way, those deck chairs will open up. Come on. Would your parents have pulled you out of school for a week to go on a cruise, man? No, my parents, they wouldn't let me. I couldn't have stayed home if I was bleeding out of my eyeballs, man. My dad was one of those old school dads, man. He was like, you're only bleeding out of one eyeball, that's half. You can go half a day. Get up, come on. When I was your age, you couldn't afford eyeballs. That was my dad. He was one of those dads, I don't know if anybody else's dad did this, when I was little and I was gonna get a spanking, and it was definitely happening. There was no way out of it anymore. Before he would do it, he would send me into the basement and make me wait for a while. Anybody else did half hour, 40 minutes, or an hour before? And I have a family now, and when I first had him, I asked him, I go, Dad, why did you do that? He says, well, it was to teach you a lesson, son. That waiting around, that was a lot worse than the actual spanking, wasn't it? No. There were toys in the basement. I was fine till you and your belt showed up, old man. You know what's down there. There's a couch, there's snacks in your beer fridge, and I was 6 when you taught me how to pee in the sump pump. I'd have been fine all night. Don't make no sense. I'm sorry, I zigged again. I'm sorry. Number 3 thing no one has said the whole cruise on the Reflection, that middle-aged guy in the hot tub. He looks good in that Speedo. Look, I'm all for body positivity. I'm also positive some bodies shouldn't be on display. Okay? Like this one, okay? I include myself. This is not some high and mighty statement. I know, I don't wear a Speedo, guys. You want to know why? I've seen me naked. That's why. You're welcome. What are they thinking, ladies? I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking. I do know this. Every cabin on this ship has a mirror. I know that. Which means that thing was a conscious decision, okay? It had to be. These guys looked at themselves before they left their room and approved what they saw. What are we working with tonight? What do we got? Hell yeah. Everybody up on deck needs to see this. Dude, we're trying to eat over here. What are you? You're scaring grandmas from 9 countries, okay? Security, that man's stealing a banana and 2 kiwi. And I want to make something clear. There's a reason the joke said middle-aged man in the Speedo, because we know there's different rules for this kind of thing depending upon what age bracket and general level of fitness you fall into, right? That's why it's specific. You know, if you're 22 years old, rock hard 6-pack abs, go ahead, wear your little banana hammock. What do I care, okay? But men, please hear me. If you're my age or older and look like me, put on pants. No one needs to see it look like you're smuggling grapes out of the windjammers. Stop it. I apologize, I got a little heated there. Something I feel particularly... Okay, I'm gonna get back to my list. So I keep zigging, I apologize for that. The number 2 thing, no one has said the whole cruise on the Reflection. I looked all over the port, all over the ship. I cannot find a place to buy jewelry. That's the one I'm getting fired for. They make a ton of money in that jewelry store. They don't like me joking about it, man. That or the art auction. They don't like me joking about the high ticket stuff. Who's gone to the art auction? Anybody who's gone? Oh, you're missing out, man. You gotta go. It's a blast. But you gotta do it the way I do it. I go like I'm a hillbilly at a garage sale. That's how it's fun. I walk in, fistful of $1 bills. I got $8. Show me some pictures. You don't have to do it very long because they throw you right out. Now, look, as I've been saying, I'm a smart aleck up here, but if you've been to the art auction or the jewelry store, you know the people that work both places are very nice, very helpful. And I don't know a ton about art or jewelry, but over the years I've been out here, people who do have told me it's legitimately great stuff. So I don't want to give you guys the wrong. I just don't get it. To each his own. Vacation however you want. I've never understood why somebody comes on a cruise and buys a watch in a place where no one cares what time it is. You don't know what time it is right now, do you? If you didn't go in the elevator, you wouldn't know what day it was. Come on, man. You're like me. Every time you step in there and look down, it's a fun little surprise, isn't it? Get back to this. The number one thing, now one person has said, the whole cruise on the Celebrity Reflection, hey, come with me to the casino, I'm winning. And if you are winning, keep it to yourself. The rest of us hate you. That day of the week on the floor of the elevator thing, most of the cruise lines do it now, and I know this because I was working elsewhere about 3 or 4 months ago, right? And this story happened. Now, I'm not going to tell you the name of the cruise line because I don't want to get in trouble with my bosses for like giving advertising to the competition or whatever. But you need to know which line it was to fully enjoy this story and appreciate it. So I figured out a workaround. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you guys some hints as to which cruise line this was, okay? Okay, that way I'm safe with my bosses, but we're all on the same page and we can enjoy the joke. So put on your thinking caps. These may be difficult, all right? Here's just some hints. First hint, this other cruise line traditionally known for having a dumber clientele. 99% of your results, if you Google cruise ship fistfights, will be on this other, sometimes called Walmart of the Sea, Spirit Airlines on the Waves, the Waterborne Waffle House. It rhymes with schmarnable. That was the last hint. No more hints, okay? I didn't say it, they just figured it out because they're smart, okay? So I'm on Schmarnival, right? It's day one, I'm in the elevator. This couple gets in with me, it's just the three of us in there. The woman looks down at the floor and she sees it. She goes, hey, look at that, it says Saturday right there on the floor. I kid you not, guys. If I made this up, you wouldn't believe me. The guy looks down and goes, that's fine for today, but they's gonna feel stupid tomorrow. It gets worse. She said, well, maybe they change it every day. And he says, now when would they do that? I'm guessing right around midnight, Schmeinstein. So this is their conversation, and I gotta ride up 9 floors with these Springer Show rejects. And all I can think is there's a ship full of people just like them that I have to entertain. How am I going to do? By the time we hit deck 5, I was mentally editing my set. I was already, okay, Steve, clearly you take out the Shakespeare jokes this week. That's obvious. What do I have in the act about boogers? That'll go big. Nice people, okay? Don't take this wrong. I'm not saying they're bad people, but some of you have probably cruised over, you know, it's a different vibe. It's a completely different vibe. And I finally figured out exactly what that vibe is this past holiday season. I figured because we visited my side of the family, and I figured out it's like entertaining people that have the same sense of humor as my 6- and 8-year-old nephews. That's what it is. Because they're at that age that we all know little boys go through. That's what makes them laugh. Body stuff, right? Boogers and butts and farts and poop, and that makes little boys just giggle like this. And this is the moment that it hit for me. This past holiday, we're visiting my side of the family. One night we're all together. The 8-year-old said something about his butt, and the two of them fell out. I mean, they're rolling on the floor laughing, right? And my sister-in-law only had sisters growing up. The little boy thing still baffling to her. She can't figure it out. She looks at the rest of us, she goes, when does this stop? At what age do boys stop thinking bodily function jokes are the height of comedy? My wife pointed at me and goes, well, he's 54. hoping 55. My mom pointed at my dad and goes, nope, 78, still going. And then he leaned down to the little guys and went, hey, pull Grandpa's finger. Ah! Because guys think farts are funny. That same trip, just to prove the point, like 2 days later, I was the first one awake, right? Which never happens, but I was. So I'm in this side room at my folks' place. I'm having my coffee, trying to be quiet, trying not to wake anybody up. And the 6-year-old, I can still see him, comes tearing around the corner. I mean, top speed. Uncle Steve, Uncle Steve. He's running and yelling at a pace that any parent knows. I'm on high alert, right? Something's wrong. Just comes around, and he's just out of bed. So his little blonde curls are everywhere. He's in his red jammies with, Santa and Frosty and Rudolph. Uncle Steve, Uncle Steve. I go, what, buddy, what? And he stops, and he looks at me, and this is what he does. He goes, a 1, 2, 3, 4, fart time, and he ran out. And I hear the two of them around the corner just cackling, laughing. They planned this. He's at that age, he'll do anything his older brother tells him. And apparently this morning, the 8-year-old went, hey, you know what'd be cool? Go fart at Uncle Steve, On it. Because guys think farts are funny. And ladies, I know you think there's some deep-rooted psychological reason for why guys think farts are funny. I know you think there is, but there's not. Okay, we are not that complex. All right, you wish we were because it makes you feel better about your wacky crazy, but we're not, okay? We're insensitive, immature, sure, but complex? No, that's all you, okay? We're very simple. I can explain it to you in 5 seconds. You want to know why guys think farts are funny, ladies? Here's why guys think farts are funny. It's because it's a noise that you make with your butt. That's it. That's the whole reason. Look at your man. He's That's what we think. Now, little girls go through the same phase, okay? I know this because I have a daughter. And when she's grown now, but when she was 6, 7, 8, she thought it was just as funny as my nephews currently do. It's a weird cycle, it's a life cycle, like a time is a flat circle sort of thing with you ladies. When you're little, you think it's funny. Then you're 25, 35, it's not funny anymore. We're in our mid-50s and my wife thinks it's hilarious again, okay? Oh, she loves to sit on the couch now and as she puts it, fight fire with fire. That's a hoot. And there's no warning. It's like we're watching TV at a frat house, man. We'll just be sitting there and she'll just go, hey. Oh, that's broccoli bad. Maybe now he'll leave me alone for the night. I won't. We can fight through that, can't we, fellas? But anyway, my point is, when they're little, she thought it was just as funny as my nephews do these days. And here's the story. She was 6 years old. I pick her up after school one night. So that's elementary school, 2:45-ish, whatever time elementary school's in. And the whole 15-minute car ride home, that's the conversation between us. Hey, Daddy, ha, 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 Because she, like I said, she's 6. She wasn't a teenager yet. She still liked me at this point. Okay, and that's common if you have little ones. Oh, yeah. If you have little, I know they're loud. I know they're exhausting, but enjoy the cuteness because before you know it, they're going to be replaced by pod people from the planet Evil Hell, okay? Teenage girls are so mentally stable and even-keeled, aren't they? You're so obsessed with me. Why don't you two get a life? Oh, we had one till you came along. Mom used to be one of the fun girls. That's kind of how you came along, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway. So she's 6 years old. We're driving home from school, back and forth, blah, blah, blah. And then she said something about Mommy doesn't think is as funny as we do. And I said, well, maybe later tonight when we're going to sleep, I'll teach Mommy a lesson. I'll hold her head under the covers and I'll cut one, right? First time she'd ever heard of this. Funniest thing she'd ever heard in her life, okay? She laughed, that little kid laugh where their face turns red and they don't even make noise. You know that? That's what she's doing, okay? So we get home, it's about 3 o'clock. She goes off to play. I have things to do. I forget that this conversation happened. Gone from my memory banks. I never mention it to my wife. 6 o'clock rolls around, the three of us sit down to dinner. 5 minutes into dinner, unprompted, unconnected, we're not making jokes, like out of the blue, she turns to my wife, and as long as I breathe, I'll never forget this, guys, because I swear to you, this is exactly what she said, and exactly how she said it. My 6-year-old princess turned to my wife and went, "Hey, Mommy, Daddy's got a surprise for you tonight." In bed. He's gonna teach you a lesson. If you know what I mean. And like I told you, I forgot about the earlier conversation, so I'm just looking at her, man. I'm like, yeah, I know what you mean. How do you know what you mean? And of course, my wife, I never mentioned it to her, so she has no context, no clue, nothing. She is looking at me like I'm a serial killer, okay? Which makes sense from her perspective, right? She's, the look on her face like, what the hell are you telling our daughter? That's what she's, which later on, when I had a chance to think about it, I was a little offended that she thought I was capable of that. I mean, like, yeah, that's what I'm doing, honey. I'm driving our 6-year-old home from school. Hey, guess what I'm gonna do to your mother later tonight? I'm gonna teach that broad a lesson. It's a surprise, don't say nothing. So I go, what are you talking about, sweetheart? She says, you were gonna hold Mommy's head under the covers. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna Dutch oven you. Ha, ha. If you think I slept on the couch that night, even though I did nothing wrong, you're right, I did, yeah. It was the night before my birthday, and I still slept on the couch. Right? I did. I had a birthday not long ago. I'm a man of a certain age now. That's what they call us. That's the new terminology for people in my age bracket. Man of a certain age. You know, I had a birthday. I turned 54 years old, and one person clapped. Thank you. Yeah. No, that's correct. That's the right amount of enthusiasm for 54. Young people, don't get confused, okay? 54 is not a woo birthday. Those are long over, you know? You tell somebody you're turning 24, they go, woo! You say 54, they go, what did the doctor say? And I know you don't understand that if you're in your 20s, you know? Especially if you're one of the younger 20-somethings, like 20 to 25, because you're still in that phase of life, and it's a great phase of life. Please enjoy it, where there are meaningful milestone birthdays and you get stuff. You know what I mean? And I'm not talking about presents, I'm talking about life stuff that comes your way. You turn 16, you get to drive a car. You see what I'm saying? 18, you get to be an adult. 21, you get to legally drink alcohol. Enjoy that, young people, because before too long, you will have gotten everything worth getting, okay? You still get stuff in my age bracket, but you don't want it. Know what I get for turning 54? A day of the week pill separator and a colonoscopy. More like, woo, woo, woo. You 20-somethings have no idea, man. The next few decades, freight train of middle age is bearing down. Where are you? 20 to 25, by applause. Where are you guys at? I know there's some on the ship this week. Are there any here? They're all drunk. Anybody 20, seriously? I'm not gonna pick on you, I swear. Anybody 20 to 25? One, okay, good. I can't even see you. Where are you? Raise your hands. Okay, I see you. How old? 25, good for you. That's fantastic. You know, I wish you were closer because the eyesight is the first thing to go. Yeah, you go out with a bunch of people at your age, one guy brings a joint and you pass that around. I go out with my friends my age, one guy remembers his reading glasses and we pass those around. a whole different kind of party. People my age, it sucks when the waiter gets to you before the glasses, doesn't it? You know what you want to order, sir? No, I can't see anything yet. I don't know. Ask Mark, he had the glasses first. But Mark gave the glasses away like 2 minutes ago. He forgot what the hell he wanted, so that doesn't help. You know what I've started doing, people my age? If the waiter gets there first, I just point to something on the menu and hope it's good. That's what I do. Hey, I'll have this. That's our address and phone number, sir. Medium rare, please. So you got that to look forward to. 25, that's fantastic. Since you got your whole life, enjoy your youth. Sincerely, I mean that. I'm gonna tell a lot of jokes in a minute, but I mean that, okay? Because people my age, it goes like that, doesn't it? It's unbelievable. In my head, 25 doesn't feel that long ago, which if you think about it, for you in reverse in a blink, you're gonna be this tub of crap. Sorry. Yeah, he's got a look on his like, God, I hope not. And he's right, you're right. You're a little rude to do it where I could see you, but you're right. But I'm sorry, look around the room at the old dudes and do the math, okay? There's a few zaddy daddies, but mostly just dads. That's how it works. And you might not believe me. I don't know you, we just met. You seem like a very nice young person, but you might be one of those people, we all know them, they don't think it's gonna happen, or they think they can stave it off with a positive attitude. You know those people? I don't think everything has to go downhill unless you let it. I think as long as you're always young in your heart, yeah, shake that one out. Let me know what happens, 25. I'm young in my heart. I got a knee and a shoulder tell me 2 hours before it's gonna friggin' rain, but I'm young in my heart. Age is just a number. Yeah, it's a number that tells you how old you are. It's a number that tells you whether you can get in and out of a chair without sounding like you're training to be a sumo wrestler. I know you've seen your dad do the I don't know why we do that. I just know I'm a dad. When I sit down, I announce it. That's the law. And I don't know. You know, I will say this though: people your age that deny aging isn't happening. They're not the worst. It's people my age that still deny it. Those people take the cake, man. And I know you, if you're my age, you have at least one friend like that. On your 50th birthday, they said to you what my one buddy said to me, that ridiculous sentence, "Don't worry about it, dude. 50's the new 30. 50's 50, shut up, okay? Numbers are you can't change what they are, right? Or can we? Is that the new rule? Okay, I'm in. If 50 is the new 30, I say 30 grand in credit card debt is the new billionaire, huh? Ladies, the line forms to the right. Get in line early because 3.5 inches is the new 9 inches. Can't do that, 25, it doesn't work. I tried, okay? If there's anybody who buys that, anybody my age who believes that fantasy, that 50 is the new 30, I'll tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Meet me after the second show tonight. We'll go drinking like we did when we were 30. How's that sound? Tonight will be fine, that won't be the problem. The fun will come when I call you at 7 a.m. tomorrow. Hey buddy, 50 still feel like the new 30, or do you wish you were dead? That's the problem. The next morning they're 25, you get a hangover, I get a week over. That's how it works. People have probably told you, make sure you party now, because when you get older, you can't drink like you did when you were younger. I know what they're trying to say, but as I just explained, that's not quite right. We can drink like we did when we were younger. We can drink. We can afford better booze now. We have money. We have money. Ha ha. We have money. We can drink, we can't recover. It wasn't until my 50s I understood what my grandfather used to say. I woke up with a hangover so bad I was afraid I was gonna die. 2 hours later, I was afraid I wasn't gonna die. You know? Now it makes sense. You wanna know how bad it is, 25? 3 weeks ago, I said this sentence. I couldn't believe these words came out of my mouth. I went, nah, I better not have a third glass of wine. I got a big meeting day after tomorrow. Not even tomorrow. So you got that to look forward to, 25. And now, every time I look back at you, you're like, I was the only one. Why did I raise my hand? Crap. I don't mean to pick on you. That's not, I think young people get picked on way too much in today's society. And I mean that. It's like we all forgot we weren't exactly brilliant when we were young either. We all do dumb things when we're young. You know, I'm not one of those comics that, you know, stands up here and rants like an old man. You know, when I was a kid, we didn't have pods. We had to eat Tide straight out of the box. You know. Okay, on that one, your generation deserves some mocking. Yeah. The Tide Pods? Really? We never conceived of anything like that, did we? Me, your parents, your grandparents, we grew up in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. We did a lot of drugs, but we never ate detergent. We might have it, we thought of it, but we were too stoned to think of it. You know what I remember most, though, from the Tide Pod thing? It wasn't the kids doing it. That was, you know, whatever. What still sticks in my brain is the people who were trying to say it wasn't their fault. You remember those people? They're mostly on social media, obviously. It's not their fault. It's the companies. They're putting too many pretty colors in the soap. They're making it look too appetizing. Yeah. We have to protect these people. And I'm watching going, really? We have to protect the soap eaters? Really? I don't think so. That seems like natural selection at work to me. Maybe I'm a cranky old man, but if you're dumb enough to eat soap, we don't need you. You can go. I'm serious. I remember thinking, we're missing an opportunity. Don't make them look less appetizing. Make them look more appetizing, man. Make them look like a Cinnabon. Give them away for free, you know? We're living on a planet with dwindling resources, folks, and if feeding pretty colored soap to the idiotic nose pickers will thin the herd and buy the rest of us more time, I say, bon appetit, baby! You gotta wash it down with a pomegranate bleach martini, Chuckle McGee. Oh, you'll like it, it's gluten-free. I love telling that joke because where I am changes the reaction to that joke. Like I told that, you guys laugh. If I'm on a ship out of, you know, New York or Alaska in the summer or something, they laugh. I was on a ship out of Galveston, Texas about 3 months ago. And if Texas folks are here, I love you guys. You're great people. But y'all are a different bunch, man. I did that joke, the Tide, but you know, hell with them, let them die, that whole thing, and a Texas, 2/3 of a Texas crowd was like, shh, let's not wait for the soap, let's get them now. Dude, I got a whole list of people I want to get. Hop in, Skeeter will drive us. These are jokes, Texas folks, don't get mad, okay? I know not everybody from Texas talks like that, it's a joke, and I'm not just saying that in case they're armed, you know? I'm very polite to strangers when I'm in your state, I can tell you that. If I'm driving in the Lone Star State, anybody who wants to merge, I let them right in, man. No problem. If somebody cuts me off in traffic, I'm sorry, my fault! My wife's like, that wasn't your fault. Why are you apologizing? Honey, that's a jacked up F-150 with a bumper sticker that says, kill them all, let God sort them out. I'm not a licensed attorney, but I'm pretty sure that means he has the right of way. My point is, 25, I don't want to pick on you. That's what all that meant, okay? I want to help you. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you some things that are coming your way over the next few decades. My people my age, my people will know all about these. You can't, and not because you're dumb or anything, it's just their lived experience. You have to live through them first, and you haven't yet, okay? So prepare best you can, I guess. I don't know, you know? I'm going to start you off with a big one. This is, whoa, my people know all about this. This is, you get to be my age, 54. If I want to go to sleep at 9 o'clock, I don't drink a drop of liquid after 5. Maybe if I dry myself out real good, I'll only have to wake up and pee 4 times. And now now when I do wake up, I pee in Morse code. That's my people laughing at that joke. You know what Morse code is, right? That's how I pee. Dash, dash, dot, 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 dash, dot, dash. Dot. 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 All right, dash. Oh, come on. It's an ordeal now. I can't get up and back before the commercials are over anymore. I can't. 25's like, why are you watching commercials? I don't understand. So you got that coming. Between 25 and 54, there's going to be a dramatic increase in the number of times you walk into a room in your own house and go, the hell did I come in here for? My reading glasses, got my phone, I'm wearing both shoes. The hell did I come in here for? Then you start getting mad. You're like, no, there was a reason. I know there was. I got up. I don't like to get up because I go, ugh, I don't like doing that. Hell with it, I'll get a sandwich. That's where this comes from. I forgot why I came in here, Billy. Oh, here's one for you, 25. Do you think this show is late at night? My people took a nap today. To come to the early show. And the people at the late show have it worse. The people at the 9 o'clock show, every couple over 50, every single one before that show has this exact conversation. You know, there's a comedy show at 9 o'clock. It starts at 9 o'clock. Why are they having events in the middle of the night? The phrase late at night is going to change meaning drastically, man. And you know when I really notice it? You know when I notice that late at night doesn't mean anything like it used to be? New Year's Eve, right? Oh, did you hear him? Oh, did you hear him? Not even remotely the same holiday, is it? At your age, it's the best bash of the year. We all remember great parties. New Year's Eve when you're 25 is, yeah, it's midnight. Now this party can really get started. In your early, mid-30s, it turns into, yeah, it's midnight, half an hour, we can go home. Now, 54, is that tonight? I don't want to go. Please don't make me go, I already got my socks off. I don't want to bend over again. I hurt my back last time. Yeah, at a certain age, 25, men's socks become like women with the bra. Once they're off, ain't going back on if the house is on fire. Ladies, off is off, am I right? Young people, you don't believe me? Watch local news coverage of a fire sometime. Go ahead. Do it. In the background, behind the reporter, you'll see middle-aged women coming out of a burning building. I'm not strapping up again. The firemen can see them well. I don't care. Okay. You want to see one, Sparky? There you go. I don't care. Have fun. So yeah, I can't see you very well, but you seem like you have this look on your face like, holy crap, maybe I'll get lucky and die early. That sounds awful. And let me say this too, I know the ship sailed out of Florida. I know 54 is not old. I understand that, okay? There's people in here older than I am, I know. And they can't wait to find me and tell me that 25. I don't know why. It's their favorite sport. They freaking love it, man. They will chase me. I had a guy, maybe a month ago, he was 80. He chased me down and he goes, you're not old, I'm old, you're just older. think of your life on a timeline and how close you are to either end. And he laid out this whole timeline system he'd obviously spent a lot of time coming up with. And I got to admit, it made sense, because visualize a timeline. I'm not here where 25 is at the beginning, but I'm not 80 either, okay? I'm here, I'm older, not old. And there are layers. 50s old is way different than 80s old, okay? They're total, like in my 50s, admittedly, go to the 7 o'clock movie instead of the 9 o'clock old. Absolutely. I am not yet go to dinner at 4:15 old. From Florida, you know what I'm talking about. I'm cargo shorts and New Balance sneakers old. I'm not purple tracksuit, hey Ethel, let's go mall walking old. I don't care, I just farted in a grocery store old. Not, I don't know, I just farted in a grocery store old. You see the difference? Again, if you're from Florida, you know what I'm talking about. Actually, that's not even fair. No matter where you're from, you know grocery store farter guy, don't you? I've seen him everywhere I've ever lived, and he's always the happiest dude in the store. I know you've seen him. You're shopping, minding your own business. He walks right by you, talking to his buddy who works there, because they always know somebody who works at the store, don't they? Always. They walk right past you. Hey, Marty, how's the kids? All right, see you later. And you're just... Any more avocados in the back? These are tainted. And I'm not making fun of him. Don't take that wrong. It sounds like I'm making fun. I'm not. I'm envious, because that's freedom, man. Think about it. That sounds awesome, doesn't it? I can't wait. And I think that is an activity that you get more free about as you go along that timeline. It is, because I'm not free as he is at 80. That's Jedi level, man. Not know you crop dusted deck 5, will you? He's Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's who he is. I'm not there, but I'm freer now than when I was 25's age. You know, when I was young, single, dating age, if I accidentally let one go and there were women around, I was mortified, because those women were now removed from my potential dating pool, right? Look at me, folks. I'm not hot enough to come back from. I know that. Ladies, be honest. We have the crazy hot scale. You have the hot scale. It's a sliding scale. Brad Pitt, he could right in your hair. You'd go home with him that night. Not me. We all know this, but I'm not in that world anymore. I'm not in the dating world. I've been with the same woman 25 years, okay? So at this point in my life, if I let one fly in the grocery store and 10 seconds later, 2 gorgeous 20-somethings round the corner and start coming down the aisle right at me, I'm not mortified. I'm no longer now. I'm like, well, have fun when you get to the applesauce, ladies. I gotta watch it. They hit the wall. They just hit it. That's mine. Taco night. They're giving me a sign. I need to start wrapping this up here, man. Before I go, I'm going to give you guys a piece of advice. And you're going to have to remember this for a few days, because this is my advice on how to extend your cruise vacation fun to the very last minute. And you got like 4 days left, so you're gonna have to remember this until the morning you get back to Fort Lauderdale. That's what this advice is for, okay? And guys, I have been on ships for over 20 years. This is tried, tested, and true. I promise you, if you do this, you will give yourself one final giggle to take home from your cruise vacation. Here's what you do that last morning. Get up early, get a cup of coffee, grab yourself a seat in the lobby across from the guest services desk, okay? And from that vantage point, you can watch the parade of confused people looking at their bill for the first time. Did we break one of the propellers? What the hell is this? Is that a dollar amount or my phone number? I can't pay this. I guess we work here now. That's how I got this gig. Went to the Bahamas in '96, still paying off the bar tab. Should've got the drink package. You guys have been a blast. Thanks for having fun with me. Enjoy the rest of your cruise. Good night, everyone.
Celebrity Reflection, show your appreciation for your comedian, Stephen Thomas! Stephen, come back for one final bow. Give it up for Stephen Thomas, everybody! Did you have a lot of belly laughs? Lots of belly laughs. Well, thank you so much for coming to the show tonight. Obviously, Stephen's done incredible.